Intuit notifies customers of compromised TurboTax accounts. Financial software company Intuit has notified TurboTax customers that some of their personal and financial information was accessed by attackers following what looks like a series of account takeover attacks.
So I have a very unique experience with this story because I saw this happening to my account live. I received some sort of verify your recent login email from Mint, and Mint was purchased by Intuit TurboTax. So this was about a month ago, and we were all together. I was eating lunch, and I start getting all these messages from Mint about accessing your account and password reset. And so I could tell someone was trying to get into my account. I was frustrated because there was no multi-factor option. So the only thing standing between me and my account being taken over was a password. And obviously, you know, we all know that multi-factor is a very strong way to prevent something like this. There was no option. So I worked pretty hard to try to lock down my account, reset my password, did all that, but I just didn't trust it. So I had to delete my Mint account. And even that was difficult. So I'm not surprised that a number of accounts were stolen. If multi-factor is not an option, it's going to be really difficult for those account holders to protect themselves.
Yeah, this article was interesting. It basically it pinned the whole thing on password reuse. If you do the math, it was like 100 million Intuit customers, and they say that it only affected 0.003%. And if you do the math, it's 300 people. But there was no mention of two-factor. And when I was reading the article, I'm like, okay, these 300 people were affected by password reuse, but even if they were, it could have been mitigated with two-factor. So
I know for a fact, I did not reuse my password from Mint anywhere else. So I suspect from other situations similar to this, that there was some authentication endpoints that hackers found that they were able to use brute force against. Probably password dictionaries or password guessing. And I don't know if the messages I got would have been triggered by password guessing. But all I know is that it was a unique password, and you know, if I wasn't right near a computer and savvy, I would have been one of the victims.
I can definitely verify that Steve does not reuse passwords.
So this is not the first time that I have actively fought against someone trying to take over one of my accounts. If you get a message about, hey, we see you're trying to log in from a new device, or hey, we see a password reset. If you see anything like that, someone's trying to get in, and time is not your friend. So you need to lock that down. You know, ideally you will preempt it by turning on multi-factor, but that's not always an option. I had a good friend that recently had her Facebook account stolen, and evidently, if you change enough of the details of the Facebook account, including the email, the recovery email, the phone number, it's impossible to get it back, right? So the consumer really doesn't have very many options. I think prevention is the only way to stop this stuff. And that's turn on multi-factor, that's don't reuse passwords, that's, you know, use the tools available like Hack Notice to detect when passwords are stolen and you need to go and change them.
Yeah, what's important also, if you do it, even though the math is 300 people, these are tax records, there's social security and everything. This is like 300 people basically lost their identities. This is the stuff in your tax record is everything. So